At the scene here at the University of Sussex Sports Centre, I had the opportunity to speak with Heather Olver, a former Olympian who represented Great Britain in badminton at the 2016 Rio Olympics. While she's achieved the incredible milestone of competing on the world stage, Heather is now focused on using her legacy to uplift her community and advocate for women in sports right here at Sussex.
Okay, so I started when I was only 6 years old, so very, very young. It was actually my parents, they used to just play socially, and it just happened that there was a little club going on in a village hall, so I joined along with my brother and then persuaded a friend as well because I was very shy, and so my mum used to have to stay, so I persuaded my friend to come along. And then I was kind of hooked from there, really. And found out I was quite good at it. So as I progressed, I went to a different coach as well, who was like a national coach, and it was her that sort of inspired me into playing or wanting to play badminton to a higher level, because I didn't really know at that age like where it could take me. It was only later on that I discovered that it was in the Commonwealth Games and Olympic Games. So I was probably about 10, 11 when I realised that that's what I wanted to do. But I managed to study all the way through it as well, because initially trying to get into the national centre, it was quite high demand, so you couldn't really get in there because there was a lot of players. So I went to university first so I could study and train. And then once I got my degree, I went straight into professional badminton.
Heather's dedication and hard work eventually led her to the 2016 Olympics, an accomplishment that required immense commitment and perseverance.
It was a huge, huge goal. And initially I went for the London 2012 games but didn't qualify, and obviously as you see, it's a 4-year cycle, so it's a long time to sort of wait, and especially with the Rio Olympics we were very sort of, we didn't know straight away if we'd qualified or not because the points were so close, and then it was to do with other countries getting in or not being accepted as well. So it didn't really sink in until I was there and in the athletes village, and still was a bit just weird, to be honest, because you have like Djokovic on the tennis court practicing, and then it was a bit crazy really. It was one of the best feelings and my accomplishments because that's always been my dream. But like you say, in terms of playing, you have certain games that really stick out because we played well at the Olympics, but I wouldn't necessarily say we played our best badminton. That would have been in another tournament, beating one of the top Japanese pairs. So that's one of my core memories of performance based, but we didn't win anything.
Similarly, when Heather admits that her favorite game wasn't at the Olympics, what truly fulfills her now as a decorated athlete isn't all the bells and whistles, but the opportunity to give back to her community. As a female coach leading a predominantly female team, Heather is deeply invested in supporting women's sports.
So the county itself, we used to be very strong. We are still quite strong, but we just need to get it starts at grassroots. So it's trying to get more juniors up the ranks and playing to a higher standard. But here, I think the uni itself is doing really well in terms of the badminton. Because I'm here now coaching 2 sessions a week. They also have like the Active Us sessions, which are great because that keeps people playing at least 3 times a week if they want to. Especially with badminton, it's a sport that anyone can play, and you can play to any level. I know at some of the schools I worked at previously, I worked at a girls' school, and badminton really took off there because it wasn't perhaps one of your mainstream sports. Not everyone necessarily wants to play the team sport, so that's why I think it is a nice sport that you can just go and do by yourself. I think Sussex traditionally have been very strong with the ladies' side of badminton. I think we need to there's a little bit more work to do at the moment, but there we go, that's my high expectations coming through again. But no, I think, badminton in a whole is a great sport. It's one of those ones that I don't think you can really feel that you're not good enough. You'll always have something there.
As our conversation continued, Heather reflected on her transition into coaching, something she hadn't originally planned for.
To be honest, I didn't think I would go into coaching. When I was, all the time I've played, I've always coached as well to earn some extra income. And I think initially straight after I was like, no, I've spent too much time in a badminton hall, I didn't necessarily want to. But once I'd had a little bit of time away, I realised, well, actually, I've spent a lot of my life playing this game, and I do want to do more in it. I don't want to I thought it would be a complete waste if I just turned my back on it.
As the years go by, Heather's coaching philosophy remains the same, while her future endeavors are subject to change.
Mine's more the work hard and just be nice to each other, because I think, if you can if you're giving your best, you can't really ask for anything more. And if you can help people along the way, then you're only going to do well. No set plans currently. Like, I'd like to carry on with the university stuff. I really enjoy having a team. Like, I've done a lot of individual stuff before, so it's nice having a group of players and us working towards something in a league. I've just started doing a little bit more with a new company about going into schools, like junior schools, and doing lots of exercises with them and giving assemblies to try and motivate more children just to be active, really, and participate in sports. So that would probably kind of be it more to really drive with the juniors, really, and primary age, because I think if you can ignite some sort of fire at that age, I think it will last.
Heather's unwavering love for badminton has not only shaped her life, but continues to inspire her dedication to the sport. Throughout her coaching, she hopes to instill the same sense of fulfillment and passion in those she works with daily, leaving a lasting impact on the next generation of players.
Even if it's not badminton, any sport really, or any kind of hobby or interest can really kind of keep you on the straight and narrow, I guess, a little bit. But I just think it's so important to have a passion or some sort of focus. But then it's also actually, it's particularly like if you're in a group session, seeing the enjoyment that people have. I had to coach a lot of juniors, and actually it's almost like their second home going into the badminton hall, and they've met so many friends, and I think that's it. It's something you start off with because you think, that would be a nice sport to try. But then you make, probably friends. I've got friends for life, so I think you don't really realise where it's going to lead to, and I think that's what's really lovely.
With over 20 players to coach and her dedication to inspiring the next generation, Heather Olver proves that badminton is more than just a sport. It's a powerful vehicle for building community, fostering talent, and creating lasting connections.